Good afternoon, everybody. It's a wonderful Wednesday, the day before the great holiday of Thanksgiving. Hope everyone has a great time with their family coming up. It's going to be exciting. And yes, very exciting. You know why? Because the Detroit Lions play football every year at Thanksgiving. It's the reason Thanksgiving is fantastic. Everything else everyone thinks about turkey, but no, it's the Lions playing football on Thanksgiving. And something, a tradition that should never be taken away. For sure. So let's kick it off. Green Bay at Detroit. We're picking the Lions to win as they're chasing the NFC North title. It's going to be a big game. Packers smoked the Lions first week of the season. Look for redemption from the Lions. Look for David Montgomery to have a bigger role than he did in the previous time he played him and last week. Look for that. It's unfortunate Sam Laporta is out for the season, but we've been rolling strong. Goff and the O line are the key to victory. O line's going through some injuries, and it's very plaguing. The depth is showing. We thought it was a strong suit, but the Frank Ragnow injury has catapulted, like I said before this season, full face as we are in week 13 of football. And for the Packers, look for Micah Parsons to try to have. He should have a big day. There's no reason he shouldn't have a big day. Look for him to have some key plays and look for the Lions to capitalize after those big plays. We'll see how it all turns out. It'll be exciting. Look for it to come down to the wire. Look for it to be a Jake Bates field goal win at the end. It's not going to go overtime, and it's going to be exciting. Very exciting game. Tune in. So, I could talk about that all day, but we got a lot of slated games that other people care about. Not as important as this game, but that's just my opinion. So, we'll see how it all rides. Now, for the game that's going to probably break records in terms of viewership, Kansas City at Dallas. Look for it to be in the 50 billion range they're estimating, which will break records as America's team takes on apparently the world's team. I don't know why the Chiefs have that accolade when they have so many domestic abuser players on their team. I don't know how that's representative of the people. We'll see how that rides. But Kansas City at Dallas, I'm picking Dallas to win. Look for the overarching theme for me on Thanksgiving. All the home teams are going to win. Put it to the bank. If you put money on anything, put that to the bank. It is going to be a very competitive game. They both have nearly identical records. Dallas just has the tie. Could have been a win, then they would have had the exact same record. Kansas City had a great win against Indianapolis. Dallas had a even better win against Philadelphia. So, me personally, I'm going with Dallas. I just don't see how the Chiefs are going to slow down Pickens. I can see him slowing down Lamb, but then Lamb, he's going to have a bounce back game. If the Chiefs stop the run game and force them to be in obvious passing plays, then Dallas is going to be in trouble. But Dallas' defense has been stepping up and getting better and better every week. And I haven't seen that from the Chiefs, but the Chiefs' defense is good. So we'll see how it all rides out. But I'm banking on Dallas because I believe in their offense more than I believe in the Chiefs' offense. So take that to the bank. Then moving on, Cincinnati at Baltimore. Joe Burrow makes his fabulous return. We'll see how that rides. I think he's going to have some rust. I think that O-line can't protect him. I think Baltimore is going to dominate this game. And no matter what Joe Burrow does, T. Higgins is out. Look for Jamar Chase to be back from suspension, have a big game. It's going to be exciting and definitely a key division game for both, as both are trying to make playoffs. We'll look for Baltimore to separate. I don't know how Cincinnati is going to stop Lamar. I can see Baltimore stopping Joe Burrow. That's the thing. So that's why my reasoning came into play. So I'm picking Baltimore Ravens to win. Then we have a Black Friday game on Amazon Prime. Chicago at Philadelphia at 3 o'clock. Exciting. I'm picking Chicago Bears. I really don't want to, but I really could see them winning. But it's going to be outdoors. The cold front's coming in this Thursday across America. We'll see how this rides. I can see Philadelphia beating Chicago like how they beat the Lions, in a sense. So it's going to come down to that. It's mainly whose run game is going to be more efficient. Even though Saquon Barkley's been having some bad days, look for him to have to bounce back. And then Swift, against his former team, could have a big day too. So if he has a big day, Chicago can't be beat. for sure. Compared, if Saquon has a big day, I can see Philadelphia still being beaten in a sense, if you get my drift. So I'm going with the Bears. Unfortunately, I don't want them to win as a Lions fan, but I think they will win this game. Then moving on, we have the Saints at Miami for the Sunday 1 o'clock games. So all these games are not very exciting compared to our normal Sunday slate of games. I think a lot of the games I just read are probably the best games of the week. But then you have Saints at Miami. It has to be played. I'm picking the Miami Dolphins, as you tell in the back there, as I always let. They should win this game. If they lose this game, I mean, it just adds to like the terrible and everything like that. And then for the Saints, they are terrible. They are a bad team. They try to bring in Justin Tucker in for a tryout just to shake up media reports because they have nothing else to talk about for the Saints. They didn't sign him. Good on them. But overall, they did that. They're a despicable team. But in all, at the end of the day, they're just too old on defense. You know, it's just like they just too many key positions that they're just old on that they can't prevail. I thought they could beat the Atlanta Falcons at their worst. Atlanta came out on top. So I just don't know how Saints can beat Miami. But I could be wrong. I mean, both these teams are very bad. So we'll see. Then moving on, Houston and Indianapolis, a big division game. Very big for the AFC South. I know a lot of my Jacksonville fans are probably going to be watching this game more than they're going to watch their actual Jacksonville game. And it's going to be interesting. Even if CJ Stroud plays, I don't know how Houston comes out on top. Indianapolis lost to Kansas City, but they put up a big fight. Look for Jonathan Taylor to have a big game, even though that defense is humming for Houston. Then moving on for Atlanta at Jets is another terrible game like the Saints in Miami. It's just bad, but look for the Jets to pull away. I think Aaron Glenn can muster up a game plan against Kirk Cousins. We'll see. But in terms of quarterback play, we should go Kirk Cousins is better. I mean, he's obviously compensated more. So we'll see how that rides out. I just, overall, like, it's going to come down to whatever offense can actually score. And I'm scared to even say the Jets because at the end of the day, Atlanta has Robinson at running back. Even though the Jets have Breece Hall. Total different spectrum. So I'm going with the Jets, though. But that's like a higher register thing. So San Fran at Cleveland. Shador's second start. I'm picking Cleveland. I'm picking Cleveland all the way the rest of the year. Myles Garrett, as long as he's on there, he's a disruptor. It's going to be a big day. Look for San Fran to keep dinking and dunking at Christian McCaffrey because of that pressure coming in from Myles Garrett. It's going to be an interesting game, but I'm rooting for Shador. That's the main reason I'm picking Cleveland. It's literally a heart play pick there. Moving on, Los Angeles Rams at Carolina. I'm picking Carolina Panthers to win this. Even though Los Angeles Rams is the best team in football and is on a hot streak and it looks like they could be unbeaten, that's when Carolina comes up to play. That's when they beat teams, is when they are the super underdog. That's when Bryce Young has a 400-yard game. This is when Carolina comes out on top. Okay? So, picking Carolina to win. We'll see how it all rides. I can see everybody picking the Rams, but I'm picking Carolina. Jacksonville at Tennessee. Jacksonville, you have to win this game in the division game. If you don't, your season is over. It is over. Trevor Lawrence, you have to beat Cam Ward. You have to. That's all. I think everyone like if Tennessee wins this, Jacksonville, you're done. And Tennessee, what are you doing? You're giving up your number one. That's the thing. Both teams have their agenda. Jacksonville needs to win this. Then for the last 1 o'clock game, Arizona at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's been on a losing streak. It looks like Baker Mayfield isn't that hurt. Should play this game. Tampa Bay, look for them to bounce back at home against a beaten up Arizona team. So we'll see how that rides. But Arizona, Jacoby Brissett, he's been feeding Michael Wilson. So it's been interesting since Marvin Harrison's been out. And Trey McBride's a hard thing to stop. But on Tampa side, I can see the run game being proficient against Arizona and Emeka Buka get his plays. So we'll see how that goes. But at the end of the day, if Baker plays, I'm picking Tampa Bay. 4 o'clock games. Minnesota at Seattle. Revenge game for Sam Darnold, his former team. Look for Seattle to dominate this game for Sam Darnold. It's definitely going to be a prove-it thing. Look for Jack Smith-Njigba have 100 yards. And, yeah, it's definitely Seattle's game to lose. Minnesota's not McCarthy's hurt. They're starting a rookie. Look for Seattle to dominate. And then Buffalo at Pittsburgh. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is back. Mason Rudolph did really well, honestly, against Chicago. They put up a big fight, but Buffalo has more to lose on this than Pittsburgh. And so Buffalo, I think, should come out on top. This is where Buffalo starts to dominate late in the season, even though the receivers aren't looking so good. But they did a big signing for Brandon Cooks from the Saints, so we'll see how that rides out. I'm looking for Buffalo to win because I just don't see Pittsburgh stopping Josh Allen. I mean, they have the defense, but they're just old. Josh Allen can bulldoze through that. Las Vegas has the Los Angeles Chargers division game. Very bad game. I don't know if Herbert's playing. Apparently, Amari Hampton might play. Maybe. We'll see. But even if both of those players don't play, Los Angeles Chargers still have better players than Las Vegas. So I'm picking the Chargers to win this. But look for Max Crosby for the Raiders to be a disruptor, and it's probably going to come down to a field goal. Honestly, it's going to be a close game for the Chargers. So we'll see how that rides out. Then Sunday night, Denver at Washington. Jayden Daniels is not back yet. He'll be back next week. Look for Denver to dominate this game. They should whip Washington up and down the field. Their defense is terrible. Their offense is terrible. And Denver, on the other end, their defense is number one. Their offense isn't all that, but still dramatically better than Washington. Denver and Bo Nix should win this game. Then Monday Night Football, we have the Giants at New England. Giants were the first team to be eliminated from playoff contention. The Lions did that to them, even though it was a big, epic game going in overtime. The Giants fought for their season for sure, but Lions gave them that casket with that Jahmyr Gibbs run. So look for New England to dominate this game. I just don't, even though they had injuries to their O-line, it looks like the rookie they got is going to be out for a month. So the Giants could make this interesting. Brian Burns is just trying to get sacks. He's rocking it up. So he can rack up some numbers. He might get 2 sacks, in my opinion. Dex Lawrence probably, that's the thing. It could be closer than we think, but New England should pull away for that. So that is my Week 13 picks. Hopefully this helps you out. Very excited for Thanksgiving. Yes, and I'm your host, David. It's exciting. Break off a turkey leg for me. Wish the Lions luck. Let's go. Big game. Excited. Hope you all have a great one. Stay safe out there and have a great one. Peace.